Replacing the grub screws in my mobile CB antenna.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, as you may remember, I did a little video, can't remember if it was actually short or something a little bit longer than that, with regards to the two grub screws in this antenna. They're both not there. Fortunately for me, Thunderpole sell grub screws for antennas, hopefully including this one, but we'll soon find out. But if not, then, well, I'm sure I can find something suitable for it. So let's give it a go, because the grub screws are actually on top of the car roof, and we'll see what the SWR's like as well once I've done that. Right, two grub screws are in. That's not going anywhere. I've got this slightly rotated round so I could point the camera at it, because otherwise the grub screws are facing the back of the car and then I'd have to stand at the back of the car and then my arms wouldn't reach the screws to put them in. But they fit perfectly fine. So I'll tell you how much those cost for that bag of screws shortly. The postage was more than the screws, so I also bought an extension speaker as well for the Midland 3001, which is part of the reason why I needed the screws to put into this. So that's now sorted. Let's see what the SWR's like. I'm just going to make sure that's tight on the connector so it's not going anywhere, and we'll check the SWR and see what it's doing or not doing. Right, so I've decided to crack out the SWR meter, specifically this one, because this one I know to be a good one. So these are quite well regarded, and I use it as a power meter up in the shack for if I have to service anything, and I also know Noxy Man uses it for that purpose as well. And mine's calibrated against the 4 watts out of that Midland 3001 that I bought from Tango 21 himself, which I'm still in the process of doing a video on that, but I haven't done that yet. Part of the reason I wanted to get that antenna sorted is so that I would be confident that I could use that 3001, which I want to do. I want to put it in here and it not have its finals blown up, because I'm not sure whether it's possible to get hold of the transistors for that without having to scavenge one off a scrap set, which I really don't want to do. So, SWR meter, Thunderpole T3000, this radio here. I know this radio is working fine, apart from maybe some slightly dodgy contact in the PTT switch. So we're going to start on CEPT channel 1. So if I press that, that'll put it to CEPT channel 1. I'm going to have to press the PTT key between my legs like that, so I can then go to the SWR meter. So I want to actually calibrate that first. So forward, calibrate. I'm trying to do this all one-handed. Shouldn't really leave it transmit that long if the SWR could potentially be high, but you know. And SWR reflected. And it's saying between 1 and 1.5 to 1, so that's okay, that needs no adjustment. So I'll just release the key now. There we go. So let's try that on CEPT channel 40. So we'll do it again. Right, forward, calibrate. There we go. SWR reflected. A little bit lower. Closer to the 1, but not quite. I'm going to let go of that now, so I'm not jamming the channel. Let's try, let's not use AM, let's go back to UK channels. So UK channel 1, which is actually pretty close, but not that close in the grand scheme of things to channel 40 EU, if you get what I mean, because there's all the free band channels in between there. Won't talk about that here. Okay, so back to the meter. So what we want to do is channel 1 UK. Let's put that into the calibrate setting, like that. Oops, try make sure I'm transmitting when I want it to transmit. Okay, calibrate. Okay, reflected. Again, about close to the 1. Okay, UK channel 40. Oop, without pressing the auto squelch button on the mic, because that overrides it when it's off on the front of the radio. So I'll show you we're on channel 40. Here we are. UK channel 40. Oop. Okay, I haven't set that up properly, so let's go for that one. Let's go for that one. Set that up. Not sure whether I need to put any switch cleaner in that control or not. And we've got starting to go close to the 1.5, but still between the 1 and the 1.5. I'm satisfied with that, so that's good news. My VNA has decided it doesn't want to play ball today, because I've tried calibrating it, and the calibration seems to be quite off, even after I've calibrated it. So that's probably, I'm not sure what's going on with that. But this SWR meter has shown me what the SWR is. I don't think there's any issue there. All I've got to do now is reattach it to the radio, and that should be done. So putting in the grub screws, I've not had to make any adjustment to the antenna. That's now fixed. That's now ready to go with regards the Midland 3001, but obviously I will check the SWR before I connect that up. As I say, there's still a video relating to that radio in the works. I haven't finished it yet, partly because I've been waiting for the grub screws for this. Now I've got them, that's sorted. And partly because I don't have a mounting bracket yet to install it in the car. It's supposed to have some little runners on the side, but it doesn't have those, so I'm going to have to mount it in the traditional way, we shall say, but I don't know what bolts actually fit those holes. So it's a case of me working out what fits those and then a suitable mounting bracket. Right, so the antenna's all repaired, the screws are in place now. Hopefully they won't work loose and disappear into the ether for the second time, but that's okay because they're not actually that expensive. I think it was something like £1.50 for a bag of 10 screws from Thunderpole. Anyway, I'll get that disconnected and the CB's ready to rock and roll again. Hopefully. So, it's M3 for now, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bonus extra footage, because who doesn't love a bit of bonus extra footage? I'll just rest that there and we'll focus on the VNA. It's now decided to play ball. Screen's a bit mucky on this, I'll have to clean it again. As you can see, I've had to move a bit further forward with the car because another car's now parked behind me with a lot of metalwork on the roof, so I've had to make a bit of space. But it hasn't really affected the SWR. It's about 1.3 to 1 right at the bottom. It's 26.9, although we start at 26.965. Which is about somewhere about there. It's about 1.4 there. About the lowest it seems to go is 1.29, which is around the free band channels. And if I keep going into the UK bit, which is up here, about 1.35 to 1, maybe 1.36. When 1.37 right on 28 megs, which is the start of 10 meters. I said antenna's good to go. Right, this time I'm really off. 7-3.